It's Tuesday, the 22nd of December 2020, and that can mean one thing and one thing only. That it's time for today's The Quiz with me. It is your host, Edward C. Lewis, joined as ever by the wonderful, the bearded, the Merry Christmasified,
Got my name, yes.
The things. WNL, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Can people hear you is the question. No, it's been a while since we've done this for ages. We've done this. It's April, I believe, was the last time we did this. The sun has stopped it from. I had it looking really nice, and then the sun came out and blasted through my window, so I've had to desaturate it loads. So I apologise if it looks a bit rubbish. But I'm also audio's good. We did it. We finished.
Fantastic.
Thank you everybody for the great stream. We've finished it. We don't need to do it anymore because we unlocked 100% achievements. How are you, WNL? What are you up to?
I'm shrinking, of course. At my age, you start to lose height, not gain it. But
Okay.
check out this hair.
Yeah. It's
A barber
great.
has not seen it since March.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I've covered it with all this red. No. Helen's been doing it for me. It's been fantastic. I've saved enough money to go to the Caribbean if and when I ever can.
Just from not going to the barber?
Just from not going to the barbers, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. It's not grey anymore. It looks kind of grey to me. Hey, by the way, just before we get going, yes, I do have a new microphone set up. So just wanted to pretend. It's just made out of cardboard. It's just a cardboard pretend setup, and really I'm just using the microphone on the computer. They cut your hair with their eyes closed? Says Commander Nexus. Sure. Just before we start, though, I have noticed something here on the left here. I just want to have just a little check over in the chat because we thought we'd surprise, by just turning up randomly, and just because, hey, why not? It's Christmas, right? But I have noticed that Dr. Kairos, Millstone Barn, Red Munchkin Gaming, Commander the Shrike, Tigerius Yuri Gotanovsky, Red Munchkin Gaming, Barrett Rockstar. Mike Moran's here in the chat as well. He's not talking, but he's there. All of the best ones
Are here.
There you go. He finished it for us. Congratulations, everyone. You've all made it here. Yuri Gotanovsky, you've never been able to pronounce the name right. Well, it's never going to happen this time either, all right? That's it. From now on, I'm sorry. Looks good, though. Says Commander Nexus about your hair. I think they're talking about your hair still. If anybody else has got any more comments about WNL's hair, please do.
It's still attached, yeah.
It's still attached, that's the most important thing. What's going on? A quiz out of the blue. That's right, Paul BM. We just thought we'd come and join you for a little bit because are we all not losing our minds? Are we all? Let's talk about that for a second. We're all losing our minds, or at least I am, and that gives me the impression that everybody is. But all I know is that I just felt like a bubbling, like a sizzling, like just lit a little fire lit under my toesies, and they were like, "Hey, you want to do a little quiz?" And then here we are. That's all I know. That's it. That's all I've got. How about you?
The fire's behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just casually got my fire running in the background.
Catching in the corner, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, great. But how's everybody doing? I mean, we've got incredible amount of people here already. 24 people. We'll let some more pile in. I did do a tweet about it, but please do share on your social media channels that we are live, just in case anybody would like to come along. Spend the next hour with us. We've got a couple of quiz rounds. We've got a little treat from WNL, who's been writing some short stories this year. WNL's also going to tell us about his 5 favourite things that he's watched on TV this year. I did ask you for this list.
This is news to WNL, yes.
WNL.
How can you shave it down to 5? I mean,
Yeah.
I have square eyes now.
Yeah, it's true. You have been watching an astonishing amount of you're always so when do we have a conversation, because we do talk outside of this live stream, aside from the joke, you know, at the end of the other live streams we did throughout the year. You do. I always say to you, what you've been watching, and you'll name like one or two things. And then I've got like, no, I'll name like one or two. I'll be like, oh yeah, I just caught up with the Queen's Gambit. I think it's really good. Oh yeah, I've watched that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've watched that. Oh, I've watched that. I've watched the entire season of The Expanse. Oh, I've watched all of Dark. Yeah, it was okay. Oh yeah, I've watched. You've watched everything. Have you finished Netflix yet?
I might as well ask you now, Edward. Have you picked up on the latest season of Expanse? The Expanse.
No, I haven't. And
okay, I didn't know whether to save it, you know, so we could watch it together or not. But yeah,
oh, that's nice.
I'm checking it a bit.
Yeah, well. Yeah. I need to catch up to season 2 and 3 still. So you're just so far ahead of everybody else. Anybody? Hey, Durgil, what is happening? Question mark, exclamation mark. Is that like an excited, what is happening? Or is it like a, what is happening? I'm trying to work out what that is. It feels very unusual to be here and to be online. We're still getting warmed up. We're still getting used to this. Yuri Gotnovsky says, so I'm trying, Yuri. Says, is this a new one? Is there a new one? There is a new one? There is a new series of The Expanse? I don't know.
Yes.
There is.
Oh,
great.
yes.
Okay, great. Well, thanks. This year just got way more quizzy. Yes, it did. It's Quizmas, after all. And then you just see the numbers fall off there. But I don't know. We've got like a couple of quiz rounds ready. So maybe we just wait a few more moments. See who comes in. But is everybody good? Tell us all about your year. When we were here last time was April. Is that right?
April, May? I don't know. They all blended together. It was quite nice. But yeah, we let people have a little bit of time off from us. Yeah. It was, and people have been doing all sorts of interesting things.
It was time off. I think it was also time off. To be completely honest, it was time off for myself as well, and for you, because we did every day for 60 quizzes. I think we did. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
60 quizzes, and it was quite. It was quite fun. Obviously, it was really fun, but then it got to a point where it was like we thought it would be over, just like everybody else. We thought it would be over, and here we are, still in December, still in this London flat. But there you go. I hope everybody else is doing all right, and I hope everybody else is feeling festive. Barrett Rockstar says, I've had a great year. Great, Barrett. Tell us about it. I did get to spend some wonderful time in Norway, actually, after April, which is what I've been doing. Hello. Hi, a bit about me. My name's Edward Lewis. I went to... I was living here in London, and then Norway decided to open its borders unto me. And I went and stayed with Barrett for 7 weeks at first, and I got to spend like 3 months living in Norway. How many people can say that they just got to do that? I also got to spend a month, with Barrett, and it was wonderful, and we discovered, and really got to know each other really, really nicely. So hello to Barrett Rockstar in the chat, and thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure, and she's been an absolute rock this year. So shout out to Barrett. A rock for me, really, really super important. So thank you. Apart from your visits this year was shit, says Barrett. There you go. That's the sort of attitude I'm talking about. That's the sort of positive attitude that I'm talking about. Hey, SMTNL6, Ed and WNL. Can't stay, but hope you have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. Yeah, and we're still here. We're still doing this. We thought we'd just surprise everybody with a quick day of this. Red Munchkin Gaming says, my year, it's been spent sitting at home playing games, same as I do every year. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I've been trained almost to be good at this because I've spent 30 years practicing playing video games at home. So now it's like, yes, it's paid off. All of this practice has paid off. Sayorosa says, holy Ed, you're here. Hey, holy Ed, I can't say that. Hey, you both, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and so on. I hope you two are fine and all the family. Yes, would you say so, WNL? Is all the family okay?
Very much so, very much so. Hither and yon, but very much so. Yeah.
Hither and yon, but very much so. Okay, yeah. But it's been, seeing Ed live is a pleasant surprise. Thank you, Grief. Seeing you here in the chat is a pleasant surprise as well. So thank you. Yuri Gotnofansky says, I lost my job due to COVID. I'm sorry to hear that, but found a new one, so it's all good. I'm very happy to hear that. I should finish reading the whole sentence first before commenting, shouldn't I? Missing the fam because I moved to Europe, but hey ho, there are a lot of people in a worse situation than me. Absolutely. And that is it. And we're all here together to be there for each other together. And I think that we are here. 32, let's begin, says Dirgil. No, wait, it's 38. My bad. Yeah, well, we're going to start in a second with the quiz. Don't you worry. Commander Nexus sweepstake. How old is Ed? 38. Always 38. There's always 38 people here and always 38 years old. I'll always be 38 years old. I'm not 38 years old. But, don't take those 5 years away from me. But, like, we didn't really talk about it as well in January, February, March, and April. Like the 3 months that we did it, we just didn't talk about it. We didn't ever mention, oh, there's this virus thing that's happening. We just tried to kind of completely skirt over it. But I feel like times have changed now, and this is just a normal part of life. Have you adapted all right, do you think, WNL?
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got to remember that I was already retired. So
you were already just sitting indoors doing nothing anyway.
Sitting indoors doing nothing. No, actually, one of the great difficulties for me over the last half of a year has been the fact that I haven't played a game of pool. Delirium Tremens. It's very difficult. I sort of wake up in the night and my hand is sort of, and it's I'm reliving the games. You know, it's kind of weird. We've been trying to actually reinstall it at the beginning, and it was impossible. And now, of course, we're just sort of biding our time, waiting for the opportunity when the hospitality industry once again opens up.
Yeah, I think that I wonder what your pool game is going to be like when you get back in. You're just going to be
I talk of it,
falling around, throwing the cue about, just like waving it in the air. Oh, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. And then you just like cut through the table with your like just trying to ram in the queue. I think that's what's going to happen, and I want to see that.
It has given me the opportunity to do some writing, as you said. I was in a story slam contest a few years ago, in which you would read out a story that was no longer than 200 words in length. Okay, and you read out a story of yours, and a couple others did, and then the audience would vote who went through to the next round.
Yeah,
and they just went through the evening like that. And 200 words. Okay, by the time you start talking, you've already said 200 words. So it's very, very restricting. And to be able to actually develop something, say something, possibly have an interesting ending or make a point in 200 words is pretty tough. Yeah. So I'm trying to write a collection now of 200-word short stories.
Well, we started off doing it together because I was like, no, you need to be more creative. So I said, right, we'll do it every Sunday together. I'll do a story, you'll do a story. I got 6 in, I think, 5 in.
Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
And then it just became a thing where you would send me once a week multiple 200-word stories. But they're genuinely very, very good. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind, before we begin the quiz, maybe treating the audience to one of your choosing, a dramatic reading from WNL. This is actually genuinely very lovely because they're great stories.
A real treat, a treat.
They are, they are. I'm not joking. I'm being. This is my whole mood for this quiz is earnest. All right, there's no silliness this time round. It's just straightforward, earnest, Christmas festive spirit, positivity.
Frank and Ernest,
Frank, Ernest, and Neil. That's you.
Frank, Ernest, and Neil. No, I mean, I've been all over the show. A lot of them sort of troll through my childhood and things like that, as well as a few that are entirely fictional. But I do have to sort of stretch the bounds when I'm trying to, cram it into 200 words. You sure you want to hear one?
Yeah, for sure. You choose which one.
They're only 200 words, so
let's ask the chat. Let's.
The idea is eventually to publish so people can read one at night and say, "I've read a whole short story before I went to bed," and be able to close. But they don't even have to turn the page and doing.
Yeah. No, they're really, really nice. So I want people. Yes, Red Munchkin Game says yes. I'd like to hear one. Anybody else? I mean, we need at least 2 people to say that they actually want to hear the stories. Because they're super short. It's not like we're going to sit here for 20 minutes listening. It's like, you know, a couple of minutes max.
Well, I'll do the one I just sent to you this past week, entitled Green Fingers. Green Fingers, because there was an American author and poet who lived in the latter part of the 19th century, first part of the 20th century, Douglas Malloch. He was from Michigan, and he said, "He who makes a garden works hand in hand with God." Okay?
Yes.
That's the basis for this story. 200 words. Okay. No one who really ever knew him accused my dad of being conventional. I mean, the inverted exhaust pipes over the fireplace to suck out any noxious backdraft fumes would seem to be the clincher. But while he kept his efforts indoors, most folk had no idea. When he tackled the garden, it was a different matter. The raised vegetable beds evolved into a macabre hospital ward, festooned with intravenous drip stands to feed each and every tomato plant. The neighbors just smiled and shook their heads. And then he turned his attention to the lawn. At first, he thought it was too long. But then again, it might be too short. Something wasn't right. "Boys, water the neighbors' lawns," he said. "Soak 'em. We're starting over." The neighbors' lawns? The neighbors' lawns. My father watered ours. With gasoline. Several gallons. The dance the flames performed as they raced across our lawn paled in comparison with the frantic gyrations and gesticulations of the neighbors. Quite a show. Dad just waved and avoided eye contact. When the flames dutifully drew their onslaught to a close at the edge of our property, he turned to us. "Tomorrow we'll buy some grass seed." 200 words, that's it.
Congratulations! Oh, it's so lovely though. Like they're so good. Like, everybody in the chat, please do let us know what you think of that, because nice, as we're mentioning, game amazing, says Milso Barn. They are genuinely very good, and you're a very talented writer, and I do think that like you should put them into a book and get them published, because they're really good. They're really good. Like, they're really good stories, and each one is completely different and weird. You've got one about I'm going to spoil it. You've got one about no, I'm not going to spoil it. In fact, I won't spoil it.
About what?
Because maybe you can do that one at the end. That it would be a spoiler to tell you what it's about.
What's it titled?
My first tattoo.
My first tattoo. Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can, and the delivery is great too. Exactly. When is the podcast starting? I've been tempted more times in my life to put together a reel for you, like bring around my recording equipment and put together, because I've got all this now. Like, and we should just create a voiceover reel for you and send it off to places, because I think you could do it.
Hi. You may remember me from such voiceovers as
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And you
was that Troy Donahue or what? No, on The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was Troy McClure, wasn't it?
Troy McClure, Doug McClure, and Troy Donahue together. Yeah, that's right.
You need to make a book and read them on tape. Yeah, like an audio book. Wonderful.
That sounds good.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. I think that it's time. Again, sorry, the lighting has changed throughout the day because that's how the sun works or something. I don't know. So let me have a little play with it now. Now that we're in, now that we know that it's working, I can configure the video. All right, you ready? All right, let's not ruin this, because it could go really the opposite way that we want it to. Whoa, like that, literally. Oh, maybe a bit too overexposed. All right, let's go there. Now you can see me a little nicer there, can't you? And then a little brightness.
That was a great film from the 1960s when the Van Allen belt caught on fire or whatever. Yeah, and and it was like that. I mean, all of the earth was on fire.
Yeah, I can't get this right because of my silly. It'll do, right? Hey, that's okay.
That looks good.
Thank you. Great. So now you should be able to see me more as a human being right now. I'll get you a USB line for future Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. I need to... This setup isn't ideal because it's right in the window anyway. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Perfect, Speroxel. Thank you so much. Elite Dangerous Voice Packs as Commander Nexus. That would be interesting. You telling people... Yeah. Artemis says, looking beautiful as ever, bro. Thank you very much, Artemis. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you here. Thank you for joining. And suddenly Ed appears through. Yes, now you can actually fully see that I still exist. I'm still here. I'm still here. Right, should we do a quiz? That's what we usually do.
Quiz time. Yeah. I mean, I've got a few quiz questions together. A combination, not entirely Christmas and not entirely general knowledge, just a mishmash. Are you ready? Always. Now, again, we have to remind everybody that I'm looking at the chat stream. So, you chatters, you give me your answers. I take the first three. If we have consensus, that's your answer. If we don't have consensus, it'll be the first of the three that I take as your answer. I ask Edward, of course, for his answer first. And, well, so we compare. Yeah, okay. He can't see. He's going to turn off so he can't see you at all. And, yeah, no cheating and all that. We would know. We would know. Okay. Are we almost ready?
Oh, yeah, we are. Elan says that you're a lovely person, Ed. He's working. Just want to read a couple more things on here because this is I don't get to speak to many people much often. These guys. I want to just very quickly before we begin talk a little bit about I kind of stopped using Twitter this year, about halfway through the year after we did the quizzes. Because I'm just taking a break from it. It just felt a bit sort of toxic, and it's nothing to do with you lovely people and stuff like that. I understand that some people messaged me saying, hey, I miss your tweets, where are you? And I think, yeah, maybe I'll come back, because if people genuinely miss hearing silly things and seeing stupid pictures and stuff, then I will come back. Barrett says, check my phone. Okay. That seems like a good... What's she going to say? It's all good. What? Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, this is what happens during live streams. Apparently you're allowed to just do whatever you want.
Whatever you want?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I saw it, yeah. Whatever you want. Right, so
I'm keeping the scores today with my EliteDangerous.com pen.
Great news. All right, great. That's slapped me right back into reality now. Okay, so let's go. It's a good day for compliments. Absolutely. Wearing the Bethesda issue jumper. Yes, I am. It's the only Christmas jumper I've got with me. Nice fireplace, Ed. Yes, it's on my new 4K television. No, it's not. Sorry, it's a real fireplace. This is what I meant to say. It's a real fireplace. The UI change made me really hate the experience. Twitter. I don't know. You are missed, says Red Munchkin Gaming. I don't even know why I brought Twitter up. I think it's just because I want to explain why I've been quiet. Nothing personal. Just couldn't be bothered being on Twitter anymore because it was so toxic and horrible. But I could come back and do some stupid, silly tweets. But yes, hello everybody. Let's do a quiz. Let's calm down and let's do a quiz. Okay. I have to mute everybody now. So stick around. Don't cheat.
That's right. Now, I've got far too many questions today. We normally do 10, and I'll try to sort of sift through what I've got to get 10 or 11 that will, test your mettle.
Well, you've got because you've got to go to.
I've got to go. I've got to go last minute shopping.
Because I'd be here all day.
Or whatever it is. Sorry.
I'd stick around all day just having a chat with people.
I know, but I've got to get the cranberries. I like homemade cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
And this year I'm going to make. I'm going to take the cranberries and do those and do some honeyed walnuts and mix them together in ice cream. I'm going to make my own ice cream.
Ooh, that sounds actually quite nice.
Yeah, and then plop it all on a bunch of pumpkin pie.
Ooh, also really nice. All right, so hold on. Let me just see. Let me see. Sorry, I've got a few things going on. I've got to make sure I mute the chat. Okay, it's all right. Can't see the chat anymore. Goodbye, chat.
Okay, here we go then.
Good luck with the quiz, and I will see you very shortly after.
Question number 1. We're going to start off with a couple of questions about people. Okay, I'll start you off nice and easily, and with a festive note. I'd like to know who was it who played eccentric human Buddy Hobbs, also known as Buddy the Elf, in the 2003 film Elf. Name, please, the actor.
I forgot about it. I was like, where do I write down my answer?
You've got to write down, yeah.
I don't have
Grab
to.
a pen and pencil.
Speak. Now remember, no cheating. What are the rules again?
Just
run through the rules very quickly again.
Hobbs, Buddy the Elf, in the 2003 film elf.
His name's Buddy Hobbs. All right.
Yes, that was his real name. His real name his real fictional film name was Buddy Hobbs. I have their answer.
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yes.
I never know quite. The sun's come out again.
The sun's come out.
So I'm now just completely saturated and blasted, but I would just.
I love it.
Deal with it.
You've got sun. I mean, the sun was shining brightly here this morning. It was fantastic. A bit overcast now. Last night, unfortunately, just when I wanted to see the grand configuration, so the planets aligning for the first time since sometime in 1620s or something or other, and all we had up here was cloud cover.
Great.
It was terrible.
Classic. All right.
Okay.
Was I right?
1 point apiece. They had Will Ferrell as well. You're all tied on 1. Question number 2. Number 2. His real name is Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage. He was born Joseph Allen Schreibvogel. How did we come to call him or know of him in 2020?
One more time.
He was born Joseph Allen Schreibvogel, but his stage name and adopted stage name is slightly different. By what name is he more famously known in 2020?
In 2020 specifically?
2019, 2020, 2020.
But
next year he'll probably be known the same way.
But new. He's like a new.
Relatively new.
Joseph Schreibvogel.
His name was Joseph Allen Schreibvogel. He became Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage, and but he's known by a different name on TV. There, I'm giving you a. I have.
Have you given me an excuse to do my Tiger King impression?
Are you saying it's?
He's the Tiger King. Joey Exotic.
Is absolutely correct. Yes.
There you go. You got Happy Christmas, y'all. Don't let that bitch Carol Baskin come on over and ruin your Christmas day. I tell you what, I bet it was her that introduced this COVID-19. It's a conspiracy.
Poor Mrs. Schreibvogel. Yeah.
They're all out to get me. Is that him? Is it him? Was I right?
You're absolutely correct. Yes, it's
yes.
Yeah, Tiger King.
His
real life dramas and at his private zoo, documented, of course, on Netflix, and quite the man. And they got it as well. There was quite a pause, but the first one through, Joe Exotic. It's 2 points apiece.
What a real man.
What a real man.
What a real
okay.
man.
We're going to give
one
more question about people. One more question about people before we move on to anything else. And I'm going to say, what is the real name of the boxer nicknamed the Gypsy King? Again, we're staying with contemporary people.
I'm not Googling. I wouldn't dream of Googling.
The question is, what's the real name of the boxer nicknamed the Gypsy King? I have their answer. Think of famous boxers.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. You know me. I don't know famous boxers. The Gypsy King. All right, Conor McGregor.
Okay, how about infamous boxers?
Conor McGregor's pretty infamous.
Okay, we're going. Well, here, sadly, you are incorrect.
Really?
We're going up to Morecambe. It's up here in Lancashire. We're talking about Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, of course.
Tyson
the
Fury,
other one. The one. Conor McGregor's not even a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. So I'm an idiot.
Exactly. Yeah. This is it. Sadly, you now have fallen behind because the chatters got that correct. To a man and woman, Jack, whatever. It's now
Jack Little. Hi, Jack Little.
3 points to 2.
Is Jack Little here? Did you say?
No, I was just making strange.
I thought you were making a reference to Jack Little, the fact that he is a real boy. Jack Little. I thought you were making reference to a really niche reference to his live stream.
It was. It would have been, but no, it wasn't. And
well,
yeah.
Shout out to Jack Little, who, if anybody knows a way of getting in touch with Jack Little, I know that he would very much like to be enjoying this live stream. So someone could tell him his life. That'd be great.
Okay, you're behind 3 points to 2. They knew that it was Tyson Fury. Did you see him on television last week?
I've never seen television.
Well, it was wonderful. I didn't see it live, but I saw it later because I wanted to see this clip of Tyson Fury speaking with what's his name? He thinks he's I shouldn't be giving my opinions.
No, but your opinions are fine. Go on. This is what we're doing. This
Piers
Christmas.
Morgan. He was talking to Piers Morgan.
We're doing opinions this time.
He was talking to Piers Morgan on television in the morning, and Piers Morgan,
Morgan, a very, a man who's entitled, of course, to his opinions.
Well, this is it. But Tyson Fury, so matter-of-factly, was just talking with him, and he asked Tyson Fury about something, and Tyson said, and he said, yes, but I said this on, and he said, excuse me, Piers, he said, but I don't really consider your program to be the news. It was hilarious.
Oh, nice.
He just put him down accidentally, sort of graciously, but we watch you for a bit of entertainment. It has nothing to do with news.
What was it? I saw an image of Piers Morgan the other day being compared to somebody. Oh yes, the Home Alone pigeon lady. Compare the two. They look very similar. The Home Alone pigeon lady and Piers Morgan are basically the same person. It's amazing how out of touch I actually genuinely am. As much as we joke about, have you seen the boxing? I have been playing my PlayStation 5 and working. That is genuinely what I've been doing. Watching movies, watching TV shows. We'll go into the TV shows later. Don't worry, everybody. If you want to stick around for 5 minutes at the end of the quiz, we'll talk through some of our favourite things of this year, if you're interested.
I mean, I might as well break in now and say that one of my top 5 was, of course, the Tiger King. It was enthralling. It was mesmerizing.
I want to hear more of your reviews.
I couldn't look away. I couldn't look away. I had to watch it.
I think it was great, and it was a weird moment in time as well, wasn't it? Because it came out right at the start of lockdown, and everyone piled onto it and used it as this sort of real comfort blanket. If you haven't watched it, it's very compelling television.
By the way, Jack Little is in the.
Jack Little's here. Jack Little's here. Right. We can start the real quiz at question 3.
Question 3. No, it's question 4. You're behind. It's 3 points to 2. It's question number 4, and 3 of Santa's 8 little reindeer have names that begin.
Do this every time.
And we'll see if you can get it right this time.
I can't, and I never will.
8 little reindeer. They have,
D, right?
3 of them have names that begin with the letter D.
Oh, now, D this time.
D. If you can get 2, you can get a half point. If you can get all 3, you get the full point.
I think. Okay, go on.
No checking on anything. No Googling. No anything. It's a matter.
It's Daniel.
Going inside. Wait.
Daniel, Donovan, and Dosey-Do. I think that's who it is. Daniel, Donovan, and Dosey-Do. The 3.
Artemis knows all of them and is showing off here. But I just want the 3 with the D's.
The 3 with the D. The 3 with the D. The 3 with the D.
3 with the D. I have, okay. And a lot of people are getting 2.
Yeah.
I have their answer. And the first answer did include all 3, so I'm giving them the full point, Edward.
You haven't got my thing. Dasher.
Dasher?
Danny DeVito.
Should have been.
I think he's one of the 3 reindeers. Don King.
Don
King. No, all right. Let's go. So it's Dasher.
You're close.
On Dasher. What? On Donna. Dasher, Donna. It's half point.
Yep. You're
Rudolph.
Halfway there. Actually, you're 2/3 way there, but sorry.
Blitzen.
Blitzen's a good
I can't remember them. That's it. I'm pass. Don King.
Okay. The third one with a D was Dancer.
Dancer.
On Dasher, on Dancer and Prancer, and Vixen, and Comet, and Blitzen, and Cupid. What a range of wonderful names. Yeah. You've increased your score to 2.5. The chatters have gone up to 4. So
well done, chatters. I want a perfect.
I
want to see a perfect score from you today.
A perfect score. They're working on it here.
That matters to me more than winning myself. Is the other people's joy.
I've got another question here about the reindeer. Now, Santa's 8 little reindeer are usually pictured with imposing antlers. Okay, does that make them male, female, or it doesn't matter? Santa's 8 reindeer are usually pictured driving that sleigh, carrying that sleigh through the skies with imposing antlers.
Well, we all know.
Male, female, or it doesn't matter.
Well, we all know that it doesn't matter in terms of gender, but in terms of this question specifically.
In terms of this question, it's I have their answer.
It doesn't matter.
You think it doesn't matter?
Mixture.
A mixture. You know, you're slightly closer than the chat stream. The chat stream said it was male, and well, male reindeer shed their antlers at the end of the mating season in early December. The females then have thinner antlers, but they keep them throughout the winter. So if you see those Christmas cards, Santa Claus, it's females. The females are out there hauling that sleigh.
I've been asked if I've unmuted the chat on a separate chat thing. I haven't unmuted the chat. I don't know why that's being thrown at me, but maybe I'm just aligning with what they're saying.
So basically, sadly, there went the perfect score for the chatters. They're still on 4. You're still on 2.5. And yeah, those reindeer, if they have those antlers on December 25th, unless they've glued them back on, they're female.
Okay. Well, neither of us got the point.
Right. I have a pretty difficult question here for you. I'm going to describe something. You have to tell me what it is. Okay. The tallest one ever was made in Binz, Germany in 2019. It stood 57 feet 11 inches tall. 20 people, 8-hour days, 3.5 weeks, 168 trucks were involved. What was it? The tallest one ever, made in Binz, Germany, 2019. 57 feet 11 inches tall. It took 20 people, 8-hour days, 3.5 weeks, 168 trucks were involved. What was it?
To build it?
Yes, to construct it, yes.
I'm going to say...
Not yet. Don't say anything yet, because I still have yet to have the answer.
It's Christmas related, right?
No. This is just wildly all over the show.
Oh, right, okay. So it's not actually a Christmas quiz. Okay, so it could be anything then. So
it could be anything.
Everybody, anything. Any clues?
Well,
if they've got it right, then no clues. But if they've not got it right yet, then clues. Because that's a hard question.
It's a hard question. Can I say that it's nothing to do with Christmas? Probably the opposite. You certainly wouldn't normally construct this at Christmas.
You wouldn't normally construct this at Christmas. Have you got their answers?
Well, I had their answer that was incorrect. I now have an answer that is correct.
Wow. Do you think they Googled it?
Because Yuri was actually in a quiz earlier today, evidently, and this was in it.
Wow. That's pretty good. Right. I don't know. I can't.
I could give you a particularly close clue if you would like.
The problem that I've got here is, other than echoing loudly through your screen, is that I can't think of anything. Like I can't even think of something that isn't Christmas related. Or
Yuri says it was actually earlier in the year. He doesn't want to take it. Wasn't today.
Yeah,
it was earlier in the year. He found out this piece of information.
In this room, this is so I can look around. A guitar, plant, TV screen. A
giant, a 57-foot, 11-inch TV screen. I will tell you, Edward, that you spent your childhood destroying mine.
Sanity?
Yeah, this is true. Never was
goodwill.
7 feet 11 inches high, though. And I never got this high with any that I built either. It is the world's largest sandcastle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a waste of time.
85 feet 3 inches in diameter. And they used 11,000 pounds of sand. Oh, no, 11,000 tons.
If I haven't heard about this, then they failed. Because I haven't heard about this thing. And that's the sort of nonsense that I would see. And in my opinion, I mean, I can't see what the chat is saying. But I'm fairly certain that's a big old waste of time. Imagine what they could have been doing instead.
Oh, no. I mean, I still have the photographs of the sandcastles and things, and like a horse charging up out of the no, it was an elephant charging up out of the sand and things like this. I used to love building these sort of things.
Who funded that?
Aesthetically, it's just so much fun.
Who funded that big sandcastle? These are the worries that I have in 2020 now. These are my concerns. This is the kind of person that 2020 has made me. I'm concerned about funding. I'm concerned about costs and about where that money could have gone instead.
It was a private company. It was. The company is actually listed in the article I read.
So it's a marketing.
I don't have it here at my fingertips.
Was it a marketing thing, do you think? Did they slap on it like Verizon on the side of it or something? Some American company?
I think they just thought, hey, let's spend a lot of money.
Big sandcastle.
Let's get 20 people going in here. Some were advisors, on how to actually do it, construct it. It looked beautiful, actually.
The big twist. No, I'm being. Look.
An intricate village, and then all sorts of interesting figures down around the bottom.
I'm being somewhat mean. Sandcastle, largest ever, right?
Yeah.
Germany, is that right?
Binz, Germany, 2019. Yes. 57 feet.
Wow.
11 inches tall.
All right, we have to get a picture of it. It's astonishing. It actually is astonishing. That's pretty good. Let's get the picture up on the screen for everybody to enjoy at home. In case.
As Red Munkin Gaming says, Ed would have gone over and stomped all over it.
No, I wouldn't.
Just like when he was a kid, and that's absolutely true. I made my children keep away long enough. Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
What?
Long enough, and then when I'd done and taken a photograph, then they were allowed to trash it.
We did. Did I really? That's horrible. I'm sorry about that. Did we really trash them?
I have pictures of you trashing them. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it was quite a feat. Quite a feat.
I'm trying to sort of compare it to sort of a modern day equivalent of what I do with things, but I can't really think of anything that isn't a little bit too. Yeah, a little bit to the core right now. All right, I'm in a building phase of life now. I no longer trash things. I just build. I build and grow and create balance, bridges.
To build a fire behind you in that fireplace.
The wonderful thing about that fire is that it's never going to go out. It's going to go on for 11 hours and then it's going to repeat. There may be some ads in between the fire, but every now and again you just got to put up with an ad for like I don't know, L'Oreal or something like that. As they're always targeting me specifically for L'Oreal. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Let's move on to the next question. Nothing's changed.
Question number 7.
Changed. We're still here. We're still rambling.
Well done, Yuri. He had the information in his head from possibly from a quiz earlier in the year. He said, yeah. But the actual first 3 answers, they didn't score. You didn't score. We're going to keep it at 4 versus 2.5.
But I wanted them to
6 questions asked.
Okay.
Next question. A contemporary question, not yet actually realized in some respects. Squash. Okay, it's been, lobbying hard, unsuccessfully I might add, for decades to be included at the Olympics. Okay? And now they've been excluded again. Okay? Which newly added sporting activity, it'll be included for the first time ever in Paris 2024, has excluded them yet again. What newly added sporting activity will be included for the first time ever at the Paris 2024 Olympics?
I know this, and I'm very excited for it.
I have their answer.
I think that it's breakdancing.
The French are calling it, I think, break. Yes, it is breakdancing. Breakdancing.
I am gonna now watch the Olympics harder than anyone's ever watched the Olympics. That's how.
I mean, we're gonna have judges looking at for expression and all sorts, and everybody who plays squash is literally sort of spitting feathers,
fuming about the breakdancing. It's almost as if breakdancing is more impressive and more interesting to watch than squash. And it's almost as if it's more of an impressive skill.
I enjoy playing squash, or did enjoy playing squash when I had knees. But did you ever watch a game of squash?
I've played it, and I've felt the soreness the following day. So I know they have the ferocity, and they're like bam, and it's like being struck in the face by a train if you get hit by the ball.
But watching it again, you see, this is where I can see where possibly the Olympic Committee thought, well, hang on, we're catering for an international audience on television and online and things like that. And if you try to watch it, it goes so fast, and even with a sort of a glass-backed court and things, you just can't really get into it. It's rather like ice hockey in that respect, but they then track the puck by changing colors and all sorts of things. It's just tough to follow.
I got so enraptured by what you were saying that I went on a magical journey in my head. That's how interested I was in what you were saying. It's not your fault. It's my fault. This is just what happens in my brain.
Don't worry. It wasn't question number 9. No.
Good. We're already up to 9.
No, we've had 7.
That's how bad it is. That's how little I've been listening. We're up to question 9. But no, podcast, right?
We have 3 questions. 8, 9, 10.
Somebody made a joke It wasn't a joke. A comment earlier after reading a story, and maybe we'll have another story to close. About your reading voice. We could do a weekly podcast where you record just a quick 5-minute thing, where you just say, "Here's this story." And you read the story once a week. It comes into your podcast feed. Lovely, quick little story from WNL. What does everybody think about that? I'd subscribe. I'd listen. I'd also probably help you record it. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't listen. I'd download it a couple of times to get us some boost in listenership. Get a sponsorship from Audible. I can't see the chat. They're probably all going, "No, Ed, move on." Question number 8.
Well, I'm actually looking at Jack Little's comment here now. He says that if you do it to music, and he's not talking, and it has judges, then it's not a sport.
Oh, he's talking right.
Yeah, it's circus. Yeah, we're back to talking about squash here.
It's a very you're talking about squash.
But we've had some absolutes and some yeses and pleases and things like that.
Great, we should do it.
Well.
What do you think?
Yeah. And take a podcast feed. I think, I mean, you can fill me in on this story in your head, later when tell me what it actually entails, and why not?
It's going to be irritating because I think it'll get very popular, and it'll be more popular than anything I've ever done. I'll be very annoyed. All right. Okay. What's the next question?
We need another question. Yeah. Okay. This is a simple 50-50. True or false? I'll read you out a statement. And if you agree with the statement, you write out the entire word true. If you disagree, you write out the entire word false. The entire word false. Here's your statement. A baby puffin is called a puffling. Is that true or false? A baby puffin is called a puffling. True or false? There was dissent, but I have their answer.
I've never heard puffling, so I'm going to say the entire word false.
One of their 3 was entirely the word false, but the other 2 were true, and it is true.
Is it?
Such a wonderful name. It's a puffling.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I mean, if it never was a puffling before, it has to be now.
I should have gone.
So it is.
Yeah, I should have gone for my usual thing that I do, which is basically if I like the idea of it, then hold on, I'm adjusting the brightness again because the sun's gone down. It's quite nice. It's all right. Look at that. It's all right. Is that all right? That's all right.
Wonderful. Okay. You're looking good.
Thanks.
I'm going to finish off with a a cookie question, okay? I mean, in light of the fact that you started off with all these biz quiz, you know, we had biz quizzes on a Friday and things like that, and with the various different reviews of biscuits. I've got a question in its honor here for our last question in today's quiz. Listen carefully. Kraft Foods have undertaken the definitive survey to find out about the people who eat Oreo cookies. Okay? Kraft Foods, they've undertaken the definitive survey to find out about people who eat Oreo cookies.
I love an Oreo. I love it. I do.
Who they determined are more easygoing and self-confident?
Me.
Biters or dunkers?
Oh, go on, do that again.
Who they determined are more easygoing and self-confident? Is it biters or dunkers? Okay. Place yourself in. Are you a biter or dunker? Have you done them both? Do you do it with Oreo cookies? Okay, I have the answer from the
I think a dunker is. I don't understand what a biter is. Like, aren't we all biters?
Well, I mean, you sort of but do you dunk first?
Either a person who dunks. A person who dunks is carefree. A person who dunks. A person who dunks is so
more easygoing and self-confident is what we're saying.
Absolutely. Like, somebody who dunks is so confident. They're like, I'm gonna drown this biscuit, and then I'm gonna eat it in my own time. Boop, nice and easy. Takes time. People who eat straight away, anxious. It's like me right now. I just want to eat biscuits. I need to calm down, and I need to dunk. It's a metaphor for life.
Okay, so your answer then, I have theirs.
Sorry, yeah. It's a metaphor for life. We all need to breathe, and we all need to dunk the biscuit of life in the tea of Yorkshire tea, by the way. Oh, that's a story. But sorry, do you want the answer?
No, I was just going to say, but do you feel that you must dunk because you're uptight? You see, it wants to know who's more easygoing and self-confident.
Nobody uptight is dunking. Nobody. People who dunk are like, I don't care. I could get crumbs everywhere. People who are uptight don't want to get crumbs inside their tea. There's so much. If I'm wrong about this, I'm wrong about everything in life. But I'm so confident because I'm a dunker. I am so confident that I'm right about this answer.
So your answer is
I can't remember the question.
The more easygoing, yeah. Who did Kraft Foods determine are the more easygoing and self-confident?
The more easygoing and self-confident people.
Oreo biters or Oreo dunkers?
Yeah, the Oreo dunkers.
You're saying Oreo dunkers.
Are more self-confident and chill.
Can I say that there were quite a few for biting in the chat stream as well, but the first two were dunkers. Yeah. So they agree with you that it's dunkers.
Yeah, they do.
I can tell you that they also found that twisters, you know, the people that sort of twist them.
Are they just broken? Are they just they're just broken people?
Well, they're more sensitive and trendy, actually.
Trendy?
You know, they say the more sensitive and trendy people, you know, do that. I think they're just.
I'll have you know that I'm a very sensitive, trendy person, and I've never twisted. There's too much breakable opportunity happening in the twist. And then you break it everywhere, gone everywhere, ruined it at that point, haven't you?
The actual answer to this question, yes, Kraft Foods undertaking that definitive survey to find out about the people who eat Oreo cookies. They said that dunkers displayed more energy and adventurous qualities, but it is the biters who are more easygoing and self-confident.
Ain't that just a metaphor for life? That's it. That's that quiz question and the answer of my reaction. All a metaphor for COVID 2020.
Yes, R3 you got it. We have quite a few, but it's the biters who theoretically, yes, are the more easygoing and self-confident. They just get the job done. They bite through, and that's it. Then I suppose it's time then for a second bite.
But you didn't mention about the other side, which was the more creative side. Then that would have changed my answer.
Which is exactly why I didn't mention it. You're absolutely correct, but we had to have a good.
No, I liked it.
Finish off with it.
I appreciated it, and I appreciated the quiz. So, what are the final scores for
the final scores? The final scores are the chatters are victorious with a grand score of 7 points to your 3.5. Okay, yeah.
Congratulations! I'm thrilled because I love it when the chatters win. And yeah, I feel good. Good to see everybody here again. I'm back. I can see you all. Gonna go eat a crappy dry biscuit. This is Arthremis. Okay. You don't even have teeth, says Arthremis to Jack. It's all happened. It's all kicking off. But yeah, good to see you back. Victory. Well done, Big Fun Art. Well done, Amiga Cook. Well done, everybody. Well done. It's so good to see everybody here. Yuri Gotnafansky.
You got there.
Merry Christmas. I got it right in the end. Gotnafansky. Hi, Jack Little. Hey, GavChap. How can you even eat your biscuits without dunking? Exactly. Thank you, Ed and WNL, says Millstone Bone. John Bello says, hi, Ed. Hi, John Bello. Hey, Dr. K. Ross. Good to see you, K. Arthremis, it's war here in the chat, but truthfully, miss you, Ed. We still need to play ESO. Yes, absolutely. That'd be lovely. And it's really good. People should, if you don't already follow Arthremis, please do have a click on her channel. Doing some good stuff. It's, I think, even since we finished doing this, page went full time streaming. Sorry, I'm just doxing people by giving their real names, but I think that's okay. But yeah, follow that channel for sure. Barry Rockstar says, I'm eating a biscuit and drinking a cuppa as we speak. No dunking. Oh, so that means that Barrett is more confident and self-assured? I'm not even sure I would dunk now that I've said all this, you know? I'm going back entirely on everything I've ever said. I'm not sure if I would dunk at home, because I am concerned with getting splashdown, you know?
Put newspaper down beforehand, plastic sheeting.
March 2020, and yes, the name is Page. That's good. That's good. Great stuff. 3-second rule, Ed. Yeah, I know. I've enjoyed this quiz so much, I think I'll have one myself tomorrow at 8 PM. As always, you should follow Jack Little as well on Jack Little's channel. All you need to do is click that channel and just follow, because Jack Little's going to do a quiz tomorrow too. And that's been my one little arm into streaming for this year. Thank you, everybody. Ed now represents Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors. Not quite that bad, but I do like to keep things neat and tidy as much as possible. Do you play Phasmophobia? I haven't played Phasmophobia, but I would like to. I love doing this. I really do. It really allows me to come in and just be sort of silly and perform and play. And it takes a few hours to get used to it every single time when you do it for the first time again for like 6 months. It takes a while to get past those initial jitters. But I do really like doing this. And maybe there's a way we can work out how to do these again. It doesn't necessarily have to be the quiz. I don't know. Should I do some other stream? I don't know. These are all things for me to consider off the stream whilst making zero promises at all. Because they're also, as I'm sure all you guys who also stream know, very taxing. These things to do, not as a one-off. As a one-off, this is like fun. This is filling me with energy. But when you have to do it every day and you start to do it that way, it's a really tough job. A really hard job. 38 views, that's better than Frontier and no drops. Is that right? Thank you for a great quiz, that's better Rockstar. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. You should start a YouTube channel already. You have plenty of content. Yeah. We'll work it out. Joining a random Phasmophobia game and shouting the ghost name is almost as fun as stream sniping in Elite Dangerous. As you've already gotten off. Stop it. I'll get your name wrong. All right. Let's take a moment.
I have a challenge for you, Edward. Before we next meet with the chatters. Okay, are you ready? I want you to accept this challenge. You need to twist an Oreo, scrape off the middle with your teeth, and see how it goes.
Ugh.
You say you've never done it.
I think I have done it, but I don't think I enjoyed it, really. Love to see you, Ed. Have a great Christmas in the best way that you can. That's right. Everybody, I hope that you have a lovely next few days. Hopefully you've already taken time off work. And I know that a lot of people are working from home already as it is. And it can feel as if it's almost pointless to take that time off work. But I think it's really, really, really important to actually take some time for yourselves. And right now is tough. And it's weird for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And I hope that you are managing to find those little moments and being good to yourself. That's the thing that I've found really important, is to look after oneself and understand that everybody else is going to be forgiving of any kind of behaviors that you exhibit during this time. It is the strangest time that I think any of us have been alive, personally. Like, this has been a really strange year. And I'm trying to be more... I want to just be really positive a second. Sorry, I'm just going to bring up the chat again. I feel like I have had some incredible opportunities this year as a result of all this strangeness. And I've also been doing a lot of self-reflection and a lot of inward thinking, a lot of growth. And I hope that you guys have managed to do that too, because I think it's super important to do that. This was a little moment. Thanks, Ed and Mr. Dad. Thank you. Yeah, WNL, thank you very much for doing this. But... yeah, I don't know. Make sure you do those little things that you enjoy doing, and be conscious of that, and be present in the moments. The way that I've found to kind of get through all this strangeness of not seeing family and not seeing friends and stuff, and not being able to see Berit in Norway is by just kind of existing and dealing with what I can deal with right now, and remaining positive in those moments. And it's been up and down in terms of how that's been. You want it. This guy here, this guy right here, WNL. This will be able to say something much more. Because I'm trying to just sort of be authentic here, but much more actually impactful. Because this man somehow has managed to find peace and happiness. Tell us all, sir. What's your sort of quick piece of advice for everybody to this Christmas period? This holiday period, as we should say, because we have lots of people from different cultures and backgrounds.
We don't have time. If you get me started, that would be it. No. I can't hear you at all now.
I've stopped talking.
Oh, you've stopped?
I'm letting you speak for a second.
Now, I just want to say, that it is Christmas time. An absolutely wonderful time in so many respects, but an arbitrary time in many respects too. I mean, if we're talking about the birth of Christ, hey, we had some sort of emperor in 362 or something where they're arbitrarily saying we're going to celebrate on the 25th of December.
Yeah.
We can celebrate in March, we can celebrate in April or next June, and we'll all eventually get together for a live quiz at some point. I'm sure.
We're going to do this still. We're still going to do the live quiz.
So
together. Yeah.
Enjoy the time now. Hold things nicely in your head.
Yeah.
Enjoy
the time now and hold things nicely in your head. I think that there's some wisdom in there. I'll give you that. I think it's wise. I'm sure. Do you want to? I want to mention one thing before my pick of the year. Are you ready? And this is going to be very unexpected. We've watched a lot of media. We've all watched a lot of media. I've played a lot of video games. I put 115 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I got the Platinum Trophy in it last week. I've played a stupid amount. Berit and I are playing Red Dead Online, which has been so much fun discovering that, because it feels like we're really able to hang out. It's about that, and that's what this has all been about, finding those little moments like this. Muddling through is my backup plan, says Gavchap. I'm working on the basis of muddling through. Exactly. Let's talk about this next year and go, whoa! Do you remember that? That was mad, wasn't it? Looking back. So we've all consumed a lot of media. Sorry. Ice Mentally, jump in and say hi. Well, you're here at the best bit because I'm talking about my favourite things from the year. I read a book called Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo, and I really recommend that. Strong. Black female British author. And I've read a lot of books by white men. And so I was reading a book by somebody. I was like, whoa, it's like being in somebody else's head. I thought it was a great book, and I strongly recommend it. Also Natives by Akala, which is also a mind-blowing book. But if you're looking for something more fun to pass the time, can I recommend to you the wonderful work of... Hold on, I need to get this up on screen. This is very, very, very important. It's very highbrow. So you know me. I like my highbrow entertainment. So you can see where this one's going, can't you? It's going to go the opposite way. I think this is the right series. Maybe it's series 7 that I know a bit better. Yeah. Any guesses of what this might be, everybody? I don't think you'll be able to guess, but we can try. Any guesses in the chat? Is it Ivor the Engine? Tales from a Scotch Sitting Room. No, it's neither of those. It is, of course, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So, I'm a huge fan of this show, unironically. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What? Says Griefed. Let me tell you about, on the left here, we've got Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna is married to Harry Hamlin, and she's just mad. She's got no filter. She's just always going crazy. In the middle there to the left, we've got Kyle Richards, sister to Kim Richards. Probably one of my favourites. Erica Jane, though, next to Erica Girardi, depending on how you feel, because she's got sort of two personalities. One's this kind of really sexy, crazy on-stage performer, and the other's this sort of kind of quiet, unassuming person. She's great. Erica Girardi. To Erica Girardi's right, sitting down there, we've got Lisa Vanderpump, real name, British. Oh, darling. And she has like little horses in her garden, and she's absolutely crazy. And her husband is called Ken. And you've got Ken and Jiggy. And Jiggy's the little dog that Ken carries around. But we're all not convinced that Ken actually exists, because he might just be a ghost stalking the halls of Lisa Vanderpump's house. And then on the right, we have Dorrit, who is married to a London man called PK, and we can't understand what her accent is. This is genuinely a great show.
You know far too much about this.
I know.
I've been sucked into an alternative universe.
No, I've watched about 7 seasons of it. Well, because it's just utter nonsense. And you know how... Right, here's the thing. You, in life, watch other things and read other books, such as Bernardine Evaristo's Girl, Woman, Other, to learn about other perspectives on life, don't you? And the wonderful thing about fiction, even, and kind of loose fiction and stuff like reality TV, where they don't even really understand what's real or what's not real anymore. The wonderful thing is you gain empathy because you learn about somebody else's perspective on life, don't you? I'm still not sure what it is that I'm learning from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I still haven't nailed it down yet, but I'm sure there is something that I'm learning from them that I can take away. Hi, Cosmic Rog. How are you? Good to see you. But genuinely, that is actually my pick. And it sounds silly, but just sit down, relax, couple of beers, watch yourself some Beverly Hills.
I can now do a thesis on back series of Four in a Bed. I must admit. Okay, I understand where escapism takes you. Yes.
Oh, and also you watch so much nonsense, like every single night. The amount of things I've walked in and been, what are you actually watching at this point? You're like, well, I've watched everything else. So what's been your favorite thing? You talked about because I was kind of joking there, but you talked about, you've got 5 more minutes to tell us a little bit more about what you've been watching.
It's strange here because I was catching up on a lot of old things, but they don't really count if we're talking about sort of in the last year or so. I mean, I did enjoy Parasite, the film, the first foreign language film to actually get the best Oscar sort of thing. A lot of science fiction. The film I'm Thinking of Ending Things was quite interesting. Great. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Channel 4's Catch-22 because it was a sort of a wonderful sort of midway point between the film, which I really enjoyed, and of course Joseph Heller's book. And the series was quite good, I think. I don't know. And Tiger King.
Tiger King. You can't go wrong with a bit of Tiger. Oh, you give me another excuse to ask you all about. From now on, I'm just going to do it all in this voice. So, Gav Chap says, have you seen Gravity Falls? It's on Disney, isn't it? I've watched a couple episodes and really liked it. Parasite was incredible. You and I watched Parasite together, actually. I watched it with Berit in the cinema, and then this all kicked off. And then I came back to Kirkham and Wesham, and we watched Parasite together that night. It was really good. The Boys as well. Have you watched The Boys yet?
No. On
Amazon Prime. You've got my Amazon Prime account. Just log in and watch it. It's really, really good, The Boys. It's based on a great comic book series that I loved it. It's madness. Second run of Twin Peaks: The Return, great stuff. Twin Peaks: The Return is one of the greatest, weirdest, craziest series ever. And if you haven't watched that yet, that's something to save for us to watch together, because I really like it. What was that name of that tragic movie we watched, Ed, says Barrett, with murders everywhere? The devil, something about the devil. I know what you say, which one you're saying. Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson. Because Robert Pattinson, my favourite movie of the year, and I don't know if it came out this year.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say here.
The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse, yeah.
Is just mind-blowingly good, but some people may not agree. Lighthouse, yes. Oof, yeah. Did it come out this year? I love Lighthouse. Great stuff. Did you find the name of the movie? The Devil, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead? No, it's not that. The Devil All the Time. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead is also a great film as well. I strongly recommend that. Anything else? Yeah. Why'd you have to go and spill your beans? Why'd you have to go and spill your beans, boy? Oh, I love that film. That's Lighthouse. 154 Hours, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or 6.4 days of your life. Now, guess what? I don't mean to call Barrett out on this, but she has watched all of it since we started watching in maybe March. We've watched 6 days. 6.4 days worth of amazing. But yeah, it is good. Run is a film we should watch. What else have I want to call out a couple more things that I genuinely really enjoyed this year. I mean, I rediscovered a love for Mad Max Fury Road, which I've been watching in 4K maybe about once a week. That's a Munchausen's by proxy mother with disabled daughter in a film called Run. It's a horror thriller. That does sound quite intense. Welcome to the new series, Binge Watchers Anonymous, where we talk about the latest shows that we've been binge watching. What have you been watching this week, WNL?
What have I been watching this week?
I'm both pleased with myself and ashamed, yeah.
I have to admit it. You said I've been watching trash all my life. I mean, I've lived in this country for about 30 years. I've seen half of all Coronation Street's output.
Yeah, that's actually very impressive. That is days of your life, isn't it? The weeks, maybe. I didn't watch the black and white print of Fury Road yet. There's something about the colours in that movie that are just so astonishing that I almost feel bad for doing so. I've enjoyed BoJack Horseman. I love BoJack Horseman. That's one of my favourites. I actually started watching Parasite as well, Smint, today. I think it was you or Grief. Somebody mentioned the anime Parasite. I started watching that suggested by Will Flanagan. Those who remember Will Flanagan. The Umbrella Academy. Yeah, I enjoyed The Umbrella Academy. I've managed to watch quite a few things. Haven't seen Good Omens. And I'm going to say a controversial opinion. I am put off by no, you know what? Let's just remain positive. What else have I seen that I really enjoyed? I should probably check out Good Omens. Don't judge me. Maybe Jack Whitehall. I didn't even know he was in it. Definitely put off now. It's getting darker, everybody, so I need to adjust the camera one last time before I leave. Because you've got to go in 5 minutes, right?
Oh, yeah, I got to go.
Now?
Time to buy those cranberries soon, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's right. It's always leave them wanting more, right? That's what they say.
That's right.
All right. I don't know how to... hold on, let's see. Camera control. Is there not like a exposure? I'm back again. That's nice. Just need to adjust that for now. Oh, there you go. Look, we found it. Look how warm and lovely that is now. We found the warm. That's it.
Warm and lovely button.
I've matched the colours around me.
The button that says warm and lovely. Yeah. Well, why didn't you try that before?
Yeah, I pressed the warm and lovely button. I should have pressed the warm and lovely button ages ago. Come on, Exodus, there's more. Love to see you again. Hope you have a lovely winter break. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for highlighting the message. I've not done this in a long time, so I don't know what that means, but thank you very much. I found the charming setting. I also found the charming setting for me. It took a long time to get warmed up, and we've got there. My cooking? Oh, I don't know. Oh, not your cooking, Kay, but yes, Ferret Rockstar. Great call out. The best TV show is Kay's Cooking. Go on YouTube and look up Kay's Cooking, everybody, and you will not be disappointed. Not your cooking, Kay. not your cooking. At least if it is, are you the K from K's Cooking? That'd be amazing. The Devil's Harmony, well worth watch. I watched a thing the other night called Canvas on Netflix. It broke my heart. It's only 9 minutes long, maybe even less. A little animation from somebody who came from Pixar and Disney, and it's just heartbreaking. So don't watch that one unless you're ready for a tearjerker. She's boiling minced meat. Great. That's K's Cooking, everybody. Right. I don't know. Do you have any more sort of closing comments? I tried to be earnest. I tried to be frank. I tried to be honest. I tried to be a bit less. I don't know. But it always ends up the same way, doesn't it?
In German, frohe Weihnachten and ein glückliches, gesundes neues Jahr.
Okay. In Norsk?
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, yeah.
Jeg snakker norsk, bitte litt. Noah. That's going to annoy Barrett. I've been learning a little bit of... Cyrosis says, thank you so much. Sehr gut gemacht, WNL. Yeah. Apparently we've got a whole ton. God, I can't do. Yeah, Commander Nexus, you still Ed. I'm not going to change. This is it. But let's talk about 2021, when 2021 arrives, right? This has been nice. Have you enjoyed yourself, WNL?
I've enjoyed myself immensely. Yeah, and we'll have to, think about more surprises that are more regular surprises, yeah.
Perhaps. I mean, the fact that 40 people turn up when we haven't done anything for a long time is... I mean, it's probably because we haven't done anything for a long time, everybody's turned up. But
exactly,
it's always 38, and it's almost as if we predicted it from the very beginning that it always hovers around 38 because event's 38, which is kind of weird. But and the problem is, if we ever get more popular than that, we have to rein in, and we have to have like 6 months off, and that's what's happened here. But yeah, it's really wonderful to see everybody, and wonderful to everyone here. So WNL, thank you so much for putting together a quiz for us and telling us about some of your favorite things and reading one of your lovely short stories. So if you
always my pleasure, to be indulged.
Go back and watch those because it's really lovely little short story. You've been writing 200-word short stories, and maybe our little short story podcast will happen. Like we will work this out.
Something. Yeah.
But it's a pleasure. Should we do another one of these in the future?
I think we should. Yes.
Great. And thank you, everyone. You've all been the absolute best ones. Don't forget The Mandalorian. Yes, we should all watch The Mandalorian. Absolutely. But thank you, everybody. Thank you to Griefed and Willstone Barn for being moderators during this. I know it was hard going. Oof, you must have had a lot of controversy in the chat today. It must have been very difficult for you to monitor. But thank you to Albert Costello. Albert Costello here. Wow. Amiga Cook, Ara Raw, Arthur S, thank you, Ato, thank you, Barrett, Rockstar, thank you, Big Fun Art, Clipturn 5, Commander Parajo, Commander Stevie G, Commander Taz101, Commander Nexus, Commander The Shrike, Commander Root, Cosmogrog, Durgel, Dr. K. Ross, G Swine, Gandalf Lundgren, Gav Chap, Harakan 2, Jack Little, Jade Tiger Girl, John Bello, John Mal, JJ Smashing Pumpkin, John T. Ford, Maniac Psycho, Red Munchkin Game, Richie Sum, Cyrosis, Mintilly, Sticks42. There's genuinely all of the best ones are actually here. Tanon Yang, Tawam Twaz, Techmir _B, Thicker, Tigerius What Nah, Tricky Twitcher, V _ and _ K. I've not done this for a while, have I? You can tell. I've got an itchy eye, one sec. Tricky Twitcher, VK, Vigo Bros, Yarders, and Yuri Gotnafansky. And all the ones that are here but don't have a name or lurking or have been and have come gone. Everyone for this year. So everybody, raise a glass and cheers to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday period. See you next time. Now the screen, I don't know what's going to happen when I press ending because I don't know what we left it on and I haven't checked. So this isn't a joke, genuinely. There could be something horrible on this screen that I'm about to go to. Everyone's just suddenly like, or also, okay, let's see. Oh, it's this. Yeah, okay, great. We got it right. Good. And remember, yes, everybody, it is okay to be K, and you should all. It's okay to not be K too. Remember that. But you know, just look after each other and look after yourselves, and be be good to yourselves. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody, and thanks again for the wonderful piece of art by Jack Little here, who made this. Remember to check out Jack Little's channel. And it's okay to be gay. That's also true, Barrett. Absolutely is. But not what we're talking about right now. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be gay no matter who or what you are. All right, I will see everybody soon. It's okay to be Kay's cooking. I'm not sure if it is. That might be the one thing that it's not okay to be. Right. Everybody go away. I love you all very much. And especially WNL. Thanks again. And
bye.
See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.